Hey, today is 700 days that I come here to share lessons I learn. I'm learning. I hope this also supports your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today, I want to do a little bit different day. I want to be a little bit more personal, probably more vulnerable, and share my story a little bit more and how it changed in the last 6 months. Because I do those daily lessons for 700 days in a row. Every single day I show up. Every single day I change, improve, get better. And I was thinking that 700 is supposed to be something different, something special, something that really could connect you with me. Because I'm a person who really loves growth, I love improvement, I love change. But at the same time, I know that there is a lot of things to change, a lot of things to improve. I learned so many things that about mental toughness, emotional toughness. I realized that I'm able to be self-disciplined because I have a lot of mental toughness. But at the same time, I realized that there is a lot of emotional toughness that I need to build to be able to really succeed in life. And the last 4 months in April, I really reflected on my life. And what I saw, I didn't like, I didn't enjoy. And there's 8 areas of my life that I really reflected on. So I would love to share my journey in the last 4 months, how I changed, how I improved my weight, my inner peace, and all other areas of my life. Really, because I started reflecting and improving a lot of aspects of my life. Because even though that I was teaching lessons on personal development and improving the mindset, my life was not as good as I would love to because a lot of things that was not working in my life. But I guess it doesn't matter what happens in my life. I am able to show up on the things that is important for me. That was important for me, and YouTube was important for me. And it doesn't matter how I felt, I still showed up. And I know that one day it will matter all the days that I showed up, no matter what. So today I will share 8 areas of my life that I focused on understanding and reflecting on, and then improving. So last 4 months, I was really improving 2 areas of my life, and let's get started. So I will share what areas of my life I reflected on, how I was reflecting on those areas, and what I improved to get better. So 8 areas that I reflected on was inner peace. Second is physical health. Third is family. Fourth is career. Fifth is economic or finances. 6 is community, 7 is adventure, and 8 impact. So inner peace, I rated 3 from 10. So really, basically, I will rate like everyone. So inner peace, 3 of 10. Physical health was 4 of 10. Family was 4 of 10. Career was 3 of 10. Finances and economic was 5 of 10. Community 2 from 10. Adventure 3 from 10. And impact was 2 from 10. And why is that? The inner peace is that I was not emotionally happy. I was not fulfilled and I was not satisfied. And everything what I did, it just doesn't matter. And I was looking for inner peace. Physical health was that I was overweight. I was not overweight, but like I was really like puffy. And I didn't like that. I want to be much more healthy, and I want to be a fit person, and I didn't enjoy it. That's why I rated my physical health. Number 3 is family, and I didn't connect with my family members as much as I wanted. I was more isolated, and I even friends in my family, and I didn't like where I am with my family in a sense as well. Career, I didn't know what I'm doing. Like I was transitioning from one career in another career. At the same time, I felt that I'm in the middle. I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to go back into where I came from or go into where I still am going. And I was totally lost. Number 5 was economic and finance is what your financial situation. And I looked into that. I have the finances to keep myself out on the flow for the next 3-6 months. And I was feeling okay with finances because I still saved quite a lot of money, but still, money was not coming in, so I was not working. Number 6 is community. And that means that I always love to be part of community, really connect with people and have that belonging. And I was not part of community because I was isolated by myself, living by myself, growing by myself. So that's why it was only 2. Number 7 was adventure. And I didn't have any adventure. I was living in the same place for quite some time, and there was no adventure at all. And number 8 is impact. I love impact. I love making it a difference. But it seems that I never made a really impact that I was looking for. I was creating my YouTube channel. I was making some kind of impact. But at the same time, I was not making impact that I wanted. And that was this review I made in April. And really allowed you to understand that even though I invest so much time in personal development, something was not correct. And one is number one thing is that I was putting myself in so many different directions and I didn't enjoy that. I said like, what am I able to change? What am I able to improve? Maybe to seek different results. So what I decided is that from those 8 areas, I will focus on 2 things at the same time and nothing else. 2 things at the same time and nothing else. I decided to focus on inner peace and physical health. Inner peace and physical health for the next 4 months. So what I did, I really created a plan for exercise. I created a plan for personal development that creates emotional stability. So I was studying emotions of myself. I was studying emotions of what the person is supposed to feel. That's why I even did lessons on YouTube. Really, what emotions are, what positive emotions are. Because if you want to feel good emotions, you need to understand what those emotions are and what you need to do to feel them. And it really helped. It really helped. And physical health as well, I improved to get better. And now I'm not that chunky anymore because I lost 20 pounds, about 8 kilograms in the last 4 months. And I feel a new person. Now, so when I did by the end of August, the same review on those 8 areas. So inner peace became 9, physical health became 9, family became 6 because I had more energy to connect with my family, to connect with other people. Now career was 4 because I moved, I built up some skill set, I built some momentum towards my future. Now economic and finance become from 5 to 3 because those 4 months I was not getting any cash flow coming in. So because I'm focusing only on inner peace and only physical health without really focusing on bringing some cash flow in, because I allow myself to do so. And all other areas didn't improve at all because I was focusing only into those areas. But now, what happens when you improve your inner peace? What happens when you improve your physical health? You get so much more energy. So now I have much more energy. I'm able to, with that energy, to do much more. So that means now when I finished focusing on inner peace, I finished focusing on physical health. I said that now next step is focusing on career and economic and finances. On career and economic and finances. So now, next couple months, I will fully focus on the career and on economic and finances. Now I'm looking for a job as a remote closer because that's exactly what I want to do for next year or so. Like to really bring that cash flow in, because that's what is very important for me to improve my soft skills, that is leadership, public speaking, sales, influence, all those skills that really allows me to become the best version of me. And sales is one of the things that really allows me to work towards that career that I want to pursue. Because at the end of the day, I am born business owner. I want to be a business owner. I want to live a life so that I'm able to be a full-time daddy. And if I want to be a full-time daddy, I'm not able to be a full-time daddy by working 9-to-5 job. I don't have kids yet, but I'm thinking that I want to dig my wealth before I'm thirsty. Because a lot of times people have kids and then it's much harder to build wealth. But when you really have a lot of energy, you don't have any kids, it's very important to invest all the time to really become the best version of you, build a business. And that's why I'm pursuing and helping a startup that I truly believe in. And I know that they will be huge and we will be huge because of that. At the same time, next couple months, we'll be focusing on really career and on building finances to make sure that after those 2, I will be able to focus more on community and impact. But now I learned that it's much better to focus on 2 rather than on 8 areas of my life, because every single person needs to decide what areas do you want to focus on in this season. And this season, now in next probably till the end of the year, I will focus on career and on finances. Now, of course, my inner peace already developed. My physical health is developed. So I don't need to work extra hard for it. I just need to maintain what I already built, maintain routines that I built. And 4 months is quite significant amount of time to build routines in place. Now it's quite easy to keep doing what I already learned to do. Now I just need to build routines in place and growth to do in other areas of my life. And that's how I truly believe that in the next by the end of the year, I will finish career and finances, and then I will focus for next 3-4 months on other areas of life. And I will be able to do seasons based on those seasons. I will be able to work on other areas of life, because it's not that you build it up and you are able to keep that for your rest of life. No. Every 2 years, you need to really work harder to change yourself, improve yourself, and things will need to change, improve. So I know that inner and physical health, maybe now I put in a back burner, but I know that in a year or so, I will need to go back to them, review all the things that I do to make sure that I'm able to improve. Because now I realize how important it is to really sit down, reflect, and make a plan and strategy. What exactly do you want to achieve in the next 3 to 4 months? What exactly? Because when I was very specific about what I want from my inner peace, what exactly I want from my physical health, I was able to achieve because I knew what I'm going towards. Now I have my career and my finances, that I have a clear vision where I want to go. I know that I'm going towards that. I'm much more confident. So when I speak with potential people, when I speak with people, and I know that I'm able to bring much more confidence because I know exactly what I'm looking for. Because when you don't have clarity, without clarity, there is no confidence. I know that because I didn't develop it yet, I didn't build that yet. So I know there is a lot of things that I will need to pivot, change, improve. But at the same time, I feel much more confident that I am working towards something. And today was like a day that I don't have any lessons per se, but I hope that you really reflect on your life. And you will decide what areas of your life you want to improve. Because those 8 areas I learned from Brandon Burchard. He shared those, but I know there's other people who create their areas of life as well, and you're able to create those as well. But most important part that I really want you to understand, to take action on, is when you create those areas of life that you want to improve, focus on 1 or 2 at the same time. 1 or 2, and that's it. Because I was overwhelmed when I looked into all areas of my life. It's like, what I will be able to do now? Everything seems so terrible. Where am I supposed to start? And it was so overwhelming. I felt really sad, and I needed to reflect for probably a week or 2 to really what to do. And when I decided that I will focus on 2 at the same time, it was much easier. I know that some people could be even worse situation than I was, but again, sometimes people will need to focus just on 1 because I had more time, I was able to focus 2 at the same time. When you have less time, less resources, and you have family, maybe like 5 kids or so, maybe you don't have as much time on your hands, and you need to focus on 1 thing at a time to make sure that you're able to provide for yourself, for your family, and for others in between. Now, I learned that finances are very, very important. Because I never looked into the money as much, because I always said that impact is the number one thing. But I realized that you're not supposed to think about others until you take care of yourself a lot of times as well. Because a lot of times people do not make any money because they have impact. Impact is most important. But if you're looking for impact, that means you will not get the money a lot of times. Because what you focus on, that's what you get. If you focus on impact, most likely you will get impact. When you focus on money, you will get money. So what do you want? And when you go outside and you speak what you want, I want to be wealthy. And then, of course, when you're wealthy, your goals, your things changes. Because I learned that a lot of times, the more money you make, the more you change for different reasons. Now you have more resources, more options to courses. Because number 1 goal for me is to make 30K a month. At the moment, next step, not just to make 30K, just to travel or anything. I really want to purchase more courses. I want to invest in John C. Maxwell courses. I want to invest more in Brandon Burchard and Tony Robbins. There's Jeremy Miner sales training. There is Eli Wild. There's so many courses I want to invest in. Those courses a lot of times is quite expensive, and I want to be able to afford it. And at this point, I'm not able to do that based on my salary. And I know that the more you invest in a high level course and you build your association because of the purchases that you made through courses, I know that 30K a month is just a stepping stone towards bigger things. I'm a huge believer in investing a lot of money in personal development, because I have felt on me how I changed, how I improved, because I know that I want to be the one in my family who changes the generations to come. And I know if I want to do those things, I need to do the things that maybe my family never done before. And a lot of times is really building association. And association is a lot of times built through networking. And if you invest in courses and then you go in and network with people who invested their time, their money, a lot of money and a lot of time into developing themselves, that means their people are like-minded. And because I don't understand a lot of times why people invest so much money into cars, into houses, but they don't invest neither money, neither time to develop themselves. Because if you're working every single day 8 hours, why you're supposed to forget about investing in yourself? Because if you're working 8 hours every single day for the rest of life, I better make more money for those 8 hours than less. Because if you're making in those 8 hours $10,000 instead of $1,000, and $1,000 is already a lot, but if you're making 10 times more in those 8 hours, how life could change? Now, of course, that means that you will need to delay your gratification. You will not be able to have a house. You will not be able to have that nice car. You will not have that nice TV. You will not have a lot of things. And though your friends already have the house, car, everything in place, and you potentially could feel that you are behind because all your friends buying a lot of great stuff, but you are behind. You don't have neither place, neither car, neither anything. You wear the same shoes for 2 years. But I admire people who are able to do that. That's why I don't buy stuff. The only thing that I really don't save money on is food, because food is health, and health is energy. Other than that, I really save money that I could invest into myself, because I'm a believer of personal growth. And the more I invest, the better I become. And I know that I have listened so many times to different seminars who really allowed to bring some new ideas. And the more ideas you have, sometimes one idea could bring a lot of great ideas as well. And I know that today I didn't have really the main lesson that I wanted to share, and it was very probably quite vague about my lesson in general. Just I wanted to share my thoughts altogether about growth, because as the last 4 months was very, very intense on focusing on those two areas of my life. I know that next couple of months will be even more intense, keeping routines that I already built and really working on things that could allow and bring more options, because only when I focus on finances and really build those finances in place, then I am able to focus on other areas of my life even more, because finances gives you so much, because it gives you options. You're able to work less, you're able to give options with community, with adventure, with impact, with family, even with career, and even with the health and inner peace, because your money taken care of, everything care of. If you lose a job, you have some cash flow coming in, and you're able to survive for maybe 6 months, maybe 6 years, maybe even 60 years with the passive income that you built. And that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm working on, because I don't want to have active income. I don't want to work for the money. I want money to work for me. And there's 4 ways to make money. Majority of people already know that. You can be employee, you can be self-employed, you can be business owner, and you can be an investor. And at this point, I want to be all of them, that I could transition fully out of employee, then transition out of self-employed slowly, then transition to business owner, and then work on business owner and investor all the time. And that's what my goal. And I wanted to share my perspective. And if you will have any questions about how to design your life, how to really choose your lifestyle, your path, I'm always open to chat. I'm open always to really send a text and really we can discuss. I'm always love to really solve problems, strategize things, to really find the best way that works for you. Because I really love making an impact. And sometimes to share and brainstorm is one most important thing. Now, of course, you're able to find a person, a friend, a mentor who achieve what you want to achieve and really share your ideas, what you want to achieve, and ask how you potentially could do it. But don't share your goals, your aspirations to people who do not have what you want to have, because a lot of times I have failed at. I have shared my goals with people who do not have the vision that I have. And because they shared that, oh, that's a terrible idea, I slow down. I decide not to do it. And after that, I regret it because of that. And I said that I could be much further ahead if I didn't say all the things to the people who do not believe what I'm able to achieve. Because a lot of times people that you share your ideas or goals will say that it's impossible because they compare who you are with your idea, and your idea requires you to become a different person, and you know that you're able to become a different person, you're able to change, improve, and become a total different person. And that's why in the last 4 months I was able to become a totally different person. I love saying that you need to grow that fast that your friends need to relearn about you every single year. So how fast do you grow? At the same time, most important part that I want to leave you with is that if you really want to grow very fast, you need to find guidance. Guidance is one of the most important things that really allowed me to grow. I was afraid. I was afraid to ask for help. That was my Achilles. I didn't know how to ask. I was afraid. I wanted to be seen as perfect. I wanted to be seen that I know, I figured out, I know the strategy, I know all the steps. Until I figured out that I don't know anything. And that was very, very interesting realization to have that. Even though there's so many times I said, oh, I know exactly how to make decisions and I'm very good in making decisions, there was a lot of times that I had no idea what kind of decision to take. The only thing that I learned and it really helped in my life is ask for help. I was struggling with that, and if you struggle like me, it's time to really reflect on that and realize that only strong people ask for help, because only strong people are able to show that they are vulnerable and they're able to improve. Because people who ask for help potentially be seen stupid for once, but they will be smart. A lot of times people who don't ask look smart, but they never become smart because they just look smart. So do you want to look smart or do you want to be smart? And if you want to be smart, you need to ask for help. So that's what I learned, and this is a lesson of me this year, really asking for help because I needed to work on it. And to be honest, this year was one of the most interesting year. I moved so many times, and this year I needed to change a lot of things. I need to overcome a lot of things, a lot of changes. I need to understand a lot of things. I still need to do this. This year still will be very interesting, but I know that the breakthrough is very, very close. The breakthrough is very close because it will never become breakthrough if you give up. But I will never give up. I will every single day will show up for myself, for my family, because I have that purpose. I have that purpose to really live my dad's legacy, to show my mom what she raised, who she raised. I really want to help people to change their lives because I used to be a very negative person. I really was struggling in life because I was pursuing 9 to 5. I was very good at it. But after a while, after a few months, 6 months, after a year, I used to feel that something is missing. Something is missing. I'm supposed to do something else. I really needed to learn that 9 to 5 was not for me. And when I realized that, and I was not able to realize that until I get out of my shell and I connected with different kind of people and who shared how they live life. And I said, that's exactly how I live. And when I started to change myself, I needed to relearn a lot of things because I had a lot of programs that didn't work anymore, didn't serve me anymore. I had limiting beliefs, so many limiting beliefs. I didn't know that I have those limiting beliefs, so many beliefs that I need to challenge, rules that I had in my life. And only when I really started to challenge myself, I had so many moments that I wanted to give up and ask myself why I keep pushing, why I'm not able to work a 9 to 5 and be okay with it, why I'm not able to do that. And I always come after like 1 hour when I have a self-pity, I realize that this is not for me. And I will give 1% chance, 1% chance, just a small percent chance, just to be somebody, just for one chance. And I will not give up. I will fail 1,000 times. I will fail 1,000 times in a row. But I will keep pushing because I know that it's worth it. I know that I will regret all my life if I will not pursue something meaningful. Because I always had that itch. I always had that feeling that something is here in life to make a difference. I know that that's in me. Someone put that in me. And I will know that if that's in me, I need to pursue it. I know that I want to find what I'm able to achieve with all the things that they have given. I have been given a lot. There was a lot of things that it was not given. And I was a lot of times disappointed that I don't have a lot of things. I don't have confidence. I didn't have confidence. I don't have maybe height. I don't have looks. Maybe I don't have this one. I'm not able to communicate that well. There's so many things that I thought that I'm missing. And I'm still missing them. But there are much more things that I have. I found that when I appreciate myself, life becomes more and more beautiful. Because I used to love pleasing people, and that used to slow me down like crazy. Because I love what one seminar I listened to that Mike Tyson said that if you are a friend to everybody, you are an enemy to yourself. And I really needed to hear that because I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be known by as a person that everyone likes. I learned that I don't want to be liked anymore. I want to be respected. And that's a huge change when you want to be liked and then you move to be respected. I want to be respected because I show up. I show that I fight for myself. I fight for others. I fight for my family. I fight for my country. I fight for people who need some support, who need some help. Because that is my purpose. My purpose is helping people not to live by default, but by design. Every single person needs to understand that they have the power to change and they need to change. No one else will change for them. And I think that every single person has power to change at least one person. I want to change hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions over my lifetime. And that's why I want to build my brand. I want to build connections with people who already did it. So, like my dream is to really handshake with Anne Milet, with John C. Maxwell, and people who really make a huge impact because I want to really take a baton from them and really make that transition and really help a lot of people to live a much better life. So at the end of the day, I shared quite a lot and I hope that it added a little bit of value to you and I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.